The Philippines is preparing to defend its remaining world title in one championship. Joshua Pacio puts his strawweight belt on the line against Japan's Yosuke Saruta this month. At One Revolution, Pacio seeks to extend his three-match win streak at Saruta's expense in the third chapter of this rivalry. The Filipino mixed martial artist beat the Japanese warrior by knockout in their most recent encounter back in 2019. One Revolution happened September 24th. And now joining us to go all out on this story is Chatri Sityodtong, the founder, chairman, and CEO of One Championship. He is joining us from Singapore. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Sports Desk.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
No problem. One Revolution is one of the truly stacked cards that One Championship is hosting after the pandemic shut the world down. And there are 3 world title belts, Chatri, at stake, all in one night. Really exciting. Why is One so excited about this upcoming super event, and why should the fans be excited as well?
Well, this is definitely one of the biggest cards we've put on since the pandemic started. So, it's a celebration of a return to normalcy. And yes, you're right. We have 3 world title fights. But the truth is this card is stacked, heavily stacked with superstars from top to bottom. And our Filipino fans cannot miss this one. This is a mega event.
Well, besides the 3 title fights, what else should the fans expect or watch out for happening at One Revolution?
Well, we have 2 Filipino superstars that the Filipino fans should be tuning in for, which is Joshua Pacio in a trilogy match against former champion Yosuke Saruta. They're one apiece. And this is going to be a nail-biter. I predict it's going to be a big finish. It really remains to be seen whether Joshua is going to be able to defend the takedowns of Yosuke or not. Yosuke is a very dangerous grappler, and he took the first match when Joshua knocked him out in the second match. So this is the trilogy match. The other one is Lito Adiwang, a superstar. He's one of my favorite fighters out of the Philippines at the moment from Team Lakay. He's truly one of the most exciting fighters out there. He comes guns a-blazing, knockout artist, and he's just a beautiful fighter.
Well, Chatri, speaking of big events, recently you had One Empower, the first ever all-female mixed martial arts event organized by a major global martial arts organization. Talk about the reaction to that event.
It was a very special moment for my team and I. We really feel blessed with our platform, being broadcast in 154 countries. And we think about, we think very deeply about how we want to impact the world. And to have the first all-female card, the fights were all incredible. I mean, our female warriors not only had the highest technical skills in the world, but display of heart and grit and resilience. And at the end of the day, also sportsmanship. And so it was just a beautiful night of fights of the world's greatest women, a celebration of women. Anyone who's had a mom, a daughter, a sister, this is for them. We want to inspire women all over the world. We want to inspire little girls all over the world that any dream is possible, not just becoming a world champion or a fighter, but if you want to be a doctor, a CEO, an engineer, a head of PR, whatever your dreams are, as a woman, as a little girl, anything is possible. And that's why we did One Empower.
Well, Chatri, there was one controversial match during One Empower, and I know you know what I'm talking about. Our very own Denise Zamboanga against South Korea's Seo Ham. And you said that this match is now under formal review. Can you update us? What's the latest about that review?
Yeah, sure. So, it was a split decision. The fight was very close, and, it was controversial. The judges ruled it in favor of Seo Ham. Yeah. I personally thought that Denise had done enough to win the fight. The fight did go under formal review, and the competition committee voted 9-5 in favor of upholding the decision. So Seo Ham remains the victor. Now, I still believe that Denise Zamboanga has a tremendously bright future. I see her fighting for the world title next year against Angela Lee. Denise will now be an alternate in the World Grand Prix, so she still has a chance to enter the Grand Prix and win it. It's just one of these things, I don't control the judges. I don't control the competition committee. I respect their decision. I respect their logic. I just disagree. I thought Denise won.
Well, Chatri, you mentioned it earlier. Since the pandemic, for a time, one did not stage any fights at all because of the pandemic, and all the fights now, although alive, are being conducted in a strictly controlled environment for everyone's safety. When do you foresee that one will start to stage fights again? Well, at least having a small crowd present, because we see some sports events around the world now with the spectators.
Yes. So we are starting with September 24th. We're having a select limited number of fans are able to buy tickets here in Singapore. I think it's going to be another 12 months, though, as we scale slowly into a full stadium, maybe less. But, for us, we are a sports media property. Our broadcast to 154 countries around the world is much more meaningful to us than, whether there's 10,000 people in the stadium or not. Of course, we love having 10, 20,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
It creates a beautiful energy for the athletes and for the crowd at home. But at the end of the day, I'm just grateful to the Singapore government that we're able to continue events, live events around the world, empty stadium or not. But yes, September 24th will be our first event back with fans.
Exciting times. And I can't wait for that. Chatri, thank you again for joining us. Stay safe there in Singapore. And I hope to
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. As always, a pleasure. Again, that was Mr. Chatri Sityodtong, the chairman, founder, and CEO of One Championship.